really don't like how they did this. It's probably one of my only genuine issues with the episode, which kind of extends to the entire show, actually. It's just, I don't like how they handled Doll, like her character or her death, because she's been one of my favorite characters since episode 3. I think Doll is awesome. And it just feels like such a wasted opportunity with her. Like, seriously, they did Doll dirty here. They really did. They did Doll dirty. And it's not so much that she died, that's really not that surprising. I think everybody kind of foresaw that there was a very high possibility that she wouldn't make it to the end, like that was pretty likely. So it's really not that surprising. And it's not so much that she was killed really quickly either, although that does kind of suck. I wish that they had given Doll a little bit cooler of a death than just literally being Five Nights at Freddy's to death by a jump scare and killed off screen. So like that does kind of suck. I feel like Doll should have gotten a bit cooler of a way out than that, but whatever. Because this show has a tendency to just kill off characters pretty casually anyway. Like instead of giving them these long drawn out deaths, it just kind of quickly dispatches them and moves on. I get that. So it's more just I don't like the way they handled her character prior to her death. And yes, I know she doesn't technically die here since she still manages to limp back to Uzi before collapsing, but considering that's the last time we see her move and that happened after this scene, I'm going to count this as her death anyway. And the fact that Solver Tessa, or Sinessa, or Skin, whatever you want to call this thing, the fact that it eats Doll's heart after it's revealed makes me think that it's probably safe to conclude that Doll is gone. Like, she is actually dead. That's that. Game over, record scratch, full stop. No more second chances. There's no coming back from something like that. She is dead. End of story. Anyway, like everything she did before this, post episode 3, because after episode 3, she really didn't do jack shit. From episodes 4 to 7, all her screen time amounts to basically nothing. I mean, she steals the key bug from Uzi and gets V killed. Kinda. I mean, she doesn't even kill her herself. She inadvertently gets her killed through the Sentinels. And that's about it. That's all she does. I mean, she barely even gets any dialogue in episode 5 and gets none in 4 or 6, and then gets less than 10 lines of dialogue here before getting Five Nights at Freddy's by this monstrosity. And it's like, that just sucks. Like, they could have done so much more with her character. And again, like, Doll is one of my favorite characters, so maybe it's a little bit of bias here. But she was so cool in episode 3 anyway, and she's been the secondary antagonist of the entire series since episode 3. And yet, past that, all her screen time amounts to basically nothing. Like, past episode 3, you could scrub her from the entire rest of the show, and it wouldn't really change much. Just make up another reason for why they went to the cabin camp 98.7 or whatever, got the key bug, and then make up another reason for why the key bug gets stolen. Bam. Doll no longer, like, we don't even need Doll anymore, because she has that little presence in the story, despite being the driving force for like half the plot so far. It's seriously disrespectful to Doll. They could have done so much more with her character, but they didn't. And to kill her off so quickly makes it feel like she died really for nothing. Like, they just didn't know where else to bring the character, so it's just like, okay, just kill her off like that then, just get her out of the story. She's served her purpose, that's it. And it also feels, it's kind of like if V is dead for real, in which it leaves so much unfinished. Everything this character had going for them is just thrown out the window now because they were killed just like that, and so quickly as well. Like, seriously, it just feels like such a wasted opportunity. I don't like it. It sucks. They could have done so much more with Doll's character, and yet they didn't. She has such a backseat presence in the story up until this moment where she dies, and it just feels like they wasted her character. She could have done so much more, but they didn't do anything with her except have her there to move the story forward and then die. It really sucks. I don't know. I really don't like it. But yeah, anyway, I've been talking for way too long.